Hey everybody, I'm live. This is my first live, and welcome to Balancing Act Games. I am Aaron Wood, and I'm going to be unboxing this, which goes with this. This is Terraforming Mars. This is one of my favorite games. It's kind of a hybrid card game, board game from Stronghold Games and the Frixelius people, Jacob in this case. So I'm going to do a quick overview of this first, and what comes in this. I'm going to open this up and show you what's in here, which is a recent Kickstarter to take all of this stuff and give it a happy home in a larger size box, and it fits everything well, and also some really cool pieces that go with this. So there's the cover. So right now I have all of my components and expansions for this game in this box, which is a lot. The only thing I don't have in here is the other board. It would be way too high with that other board in it. But this is the rule sheet for the alternative board. We've got the Turmoil game board in here. All the rules for Venus Next, Prelude, Colonies, Turmoil, the main rule book, the event board for Turmoil, the main board for the actual game, the Venus Next board, and then there's just a ton of stuff here. And the actual components for the board themselves are cardboard chits. So you have cities on one side, and you have greenery, forests on the back. And then you have your metal cubes. They're plastic coated in shinier plastic for the money. And your oceans, which are also cardboard, two-sided blue. I think this is the coolest thing. The organizer I have right now for this is from Broken Token. And normally your first player marker that comes with the base game is this. It's just a Mars with 1 and 1 on each side for first player. But the Broken Token component is a really kick-ass rocket, which I love. So I'm thinking about selling this and putting the rest in here, but maybe keeping that. And then the player trays, these go with Colonies, and these with Venus. The player trays lock in your cubes to keep track of your resource production, which is really nice because the original game just came with flat paper mats. And if anybody even sneezed, these cubes would go everywhere. So it was quite a mess. So I don't upgrade my games a lot. In fact, this is the only game I pretty much upgraded. And I had to get this because this is one of my favorite games. So yeah, so we've got these trays, which Frixelius and Frix Games upgraded in Turmoil, which I have a set of, but apparently another set comes in here. So there's 5 of these, and then there's also another set of markers that go on the board for different cards, and these also are upgraded into 3D pieces that come in here. And then you've got your whole shoe of cards here. There's a whole, this is your giant deck of cards that come with the game, all your corporations, because the objective of this game is you're playing a corporation that is looking to terraform Mars. And all the various expansions come with additional corporations, and you randomly deal out corporations to people at the beginning of the game, and you try to use your corporation in conjunction with the cards that you get during your turn to make Mars green. So this is the main box, and I've even had to tape the edges because the box started to deteriorate a little bit because it's pretty heavy with all these components in it and all these, wooden trays and everything. So let's bust into this and see what we have. I didn't even open this box yet. I wanted it to be a surprise. I've seen a few people post already on Instagram about their set, so I kind of know what it looks like. And also Stronghold Games communicated a lot during the development of this Kickstarter. And showed us pictures of everything in development. Trash. No, we recycle, so probably recycle it. Comes with a couple foam blocks here to keep everything nice and suspended. So here it is. It's a nice big box. You can see it's like double the size of the normal box here. Actually, it's about 2/3 as big. So you can fit everything in nicely because there's, like I said, a ton of 3D tiles in here. So let's, you know, as I get older, I find that opening games is such a chore. It's awesome when you get something new, but modern packaging sucks. I know it's much better and much greener for the earth, but they make these things so hard to get into. And there are some promo cards in here too that apparently you can only get for now in the Kickstarter. I'm sure they'll be available somewhere at some time in the future. But we've got a really nice box here. We've got some spot gloss varnish. I'm a graphic designer. I work in printing, so I know terms like spot gloss varnish. Basically, all this lettering and these bands here have been hit with a gloss, and this picture and this black area is black, matte. So it looks like this box is split in half. Comes the moment of truth. Okay. Okay. Question. How many people smell their games when they get them? I'm kind of weird like that. Working in printing, nothing beats the smell of a freshly minted game. So, here are all our 3D components, which I'll be going over. Let me get those out, get this out of the way for now. So you have forests in a bag. I'm just going to do a dice tower here and just dump them out, which I know drives a lot of people crazy. So you can see this compared to just this greenery. And when you normally play this on the board, you take one of your colored cubes and you put it on there to show ownership. There's a little square in the middle, but it's not recessed. This is just going to fall off. But these have a little recess for your cube in it. And it looks like there are a few different designs. So we've got some, you know, some mountains in there, one with a little bit bigger ridge, some smaller ones. So it looks like it varies between those two. And people have been making their own 3D tiles for this game for a long time. And it's funny because I was just about to invest in my own set of these. Probably run about 100 to 150 for a full set of everything. And they announced this Kickstarter just before that. So I saved myself some money. I mean, I like to donate to fellow artists and stuff. But yeah, I like these kind of two-tone. So there are 4 different types in all. This has kind of a little circular mountain ridge in it. And this has a little bit bigger. So you get 4 different mountain tiles in all. Put all 4 right there. So that's pretty cool. Some variation, not everything's the same. And I think you get as many 3D tiles as you do the 2D token tiles. So those are nice. Some good detail on the trees. I also paint miniatures and stuff like that too. The flashing is not bad. Flashing is the little bit of extra plastic or sprue you get on a miniature. And these look like they were injection molded. They were not, I don't think these were 3D printed. There's a little tree icon, little greenery icon in the middle of that square, kind of like there is here. So that's nice. So let's open up these cities next. Now, I did not go all out on this Kickstarter. I got the upper tier, but there were a bunch of add-ons that you could get, including little plastic domes for the cities. I didn't go for it. Maybe at some point in time, I'm sure they'll offer them some at some point. I might pick them up. And your little cube goes right in there too, just kind of like, you know, this just has a picture of a city on it, a domed city. But these look really nice. It looks like there's a few variants. I'm guessing there's going to be 4, just like for the trees. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, kind of this circular 1, 3. And actually, no, there's more, I think. Nope, I think there's 4. Yep. So there's some circular layouts, and then there's just kind of some, these look a little bit more squarish. So those are nice. These are really nice. And like I said, a lot of people print these. There's a lot of files you can download and print them yourself or get them off Etsy. I might do a little bit of dry brushing on these at some point. Might put a little bit of a darker wash over these buildings and hit them with a dry brush. Give them a little bit, you know, make them stand out a little bit more, give them a little more character. So might do that, but these are nice also. And looks like they are the same size. A lot of people were losing their minds because it looked like they were a smidge smaller than the board. And people were rioting in the comments on the Kickstarter that they don't quite fit. But these have the same footprint as the cardboard tokens. So those fit really nicely. And you can see how those all go together. So that is 2 of the types of tiles that we have. We also have a whole bag of goodies. So we have ocean tiles, and I'm definitely going to be doing some work on these to hit them with a little bit of a lighter dry brush to give it, you know, like a little bit of ocean waves. One of the other things I like about the Broken Token version, don't worry, not paid advertising, although I'd gladly do it because they're a great company. These plastic markers came with the Broken Token set. Normally there's just white cubes that you put on the board for the different, like this is the temperature gauge, but these actually came with a oxygen marker and a temperature gauge and a generation gauge. This comes in handy if you're playing the solo version. Also comes in handy if you're just playing the multiplayer version. You can see how many turns it took you to colonize Mars and terraform it. But it looks like we have temperature, 3D temperature, a 3D O2, oxygen. Sorry it's far away. If I did like a normal unboxing, I'd probably shoot some B-roll of this. A Venus tracker for the little Venus board expansion. I'm guessing this goes with turmoil. Little fist. And then these are the oceans, which like I said, I'm probably going to hit with a little bit of dry brushing, and it looks like there's 2 different oceans styles. It's kind of one that's a little more pocked up, and then one that's a little bit flatter. I mean, they all have really nice texture on them though, which is nice, and they're a little bit different plastic than these. So those are nice. I know, looks really good against the blue table. But yeah. And then you have all of these. Oh, and your generation marker looks like a couple little people holding hands. So you have a whole bunch of different markers that take the place of these markers. So you have all sorts of things. There's a capital city, Looks like they just give you another city. And there are little icons. You can't see them from back there probably. But these icons match what are on these tokens. So when you get one of these by playing certain cards, you pull out the corresponding token, and you turn it over, and on the back you put that on the board with your cube on it. But these, you pull out the corresponding marker here, it's printed right on here, put it on the board and put your cube on it. And I think my favorite one, it's got to be the nuclear mushroom cloud. So that's pretty kick-ass. Yeah, there's some really nice, there's some lava flows, which have some lava in there too, to go along with the landscape. This one's really nice, it's got a little bit of a river in it. Yeah, these are really nice. And there's also ones for Great Dam, which didn't have one of these with it before, or even a marker to go on the board, but now it does. So that's really cool. And yeah, so these are really nice. Yeah, just giving these a little look over here. It's like a little mining excavator on this one. I wish I could show you a little closer up, but like I said, you know, this is a mole hole, which in technical terms, that's, I think, a hole that warm air vapor escapes through. So it's got a little hole. These are really nice though. I can't wait to play with these on the board. So these are all the 3D pieces. Let's see what else is in here. Yes, also you get, for people who don't like the 3D or don't have the 3D markers, you get new chits for the new 3D markers that they gave you, which correspond to some of the cards that didn't have any type of special marker before. So that's nice. And this looks like it holds all your stuff. It holds cards. There's a little illustration on the back here. It tells you how to assemble it, punch out all these pieces, which I will not be doing here, because I'm sure I'll screw something up. Okay, these are the trays that hold all of these. So these fit rather nicely into here. It's satisfying. I love packaging. You know, work in printing, work in design. Good packaging with your game is going to get me every time. I think one of the best packaged games has to be Parks by Keymaster Games. I am in love with that packaging. I'm in love with the art. I have some friends that did the art on some of the cards. But yeah, the packaging for that goes together so nicely. Everything has its place. Everything locks together really nicely. Yeah, so that's a joy. Nothing's worse than an illy packaged game. Looking at you, Lords of Waterdeep. Whoever made that box for Lords of Waterdeep, not that clever. Not that clever at all. They wanted to be clever, but they're not. So it looks like I got five spaces left over on this tray. So I'll have to figure out how everything kind of goes together later. But yeah, just thought I'd see how they fit. Pretty nice. And I'm guessing, I want to give it the test. Wasn't a good sound. Oh, nope. Yeah, they do fall forwards. Nothing's keeping them flat down, but they can only fall upwards into their cubes. There's actually dividers here to keep them from going left to right. So you don't have a mess of cubes. The most that they'll do is move a little bit forwards. So that's nice. I really like that. So you get 2 of these to put everything into. And it looks like your boards are going to fit in here, if I'm guessing right. Yeah, fits nice. And there are finger holes for pick up all this stuff, which is good too. Sometimes things get so locked in, you can't get them out. So that's the trays. What else do we have in here? Another piece of foam. I suppose I should hang on to that. Okay, this has trays for all the money to go into. So this will hold your currency markers. And these lock on not that well. Could be better. Could lock on a little bit better. But they do both fit, slide into here. So nothing's, you know, they slide right into this slot. Nothing is going to pop these lids off and nothing's going to spill out. And then you have these for all your colored cubes. There are 5 different colors in the game. Black, yellow, blue, green, and red. So yep, all these little marker cubes go right in there, and then you can give them to each player before the game starts. That's nice. What's in here? Ah, looks like we put some cards in here. Looks like these could be the promo cards that we're getting. Let's open them up and find out. It's the purpose of an unboxing, but to show all of the things in the box. Yeah, you get a ton of new cards. Some new corporations. Yep, and these 3 cards, Demos Down, Great Dam, and Magnetic Field Generators also get updated cards to go with their updated markers. So that's nice. So it looks like here we have some die cut card dividers for the different expansions, which I absolutely love. So we have colonies, some really nice art on these. People really ragged on this game for the art originally. I kind of was one of those people. But the gameplay, I forgive it for the gameplay. Some Venus expansion cards, Turmoil, Preludes. Yeah, Venus. That's nice. I really like die cut stuff. Once again, working in printing. So that slides nicely, and yeah, that box goes up and in a little bit, and it seems to slide out really nicely, which I like. So that's that. What else do we have? Aha! This is what holds all the cards, because there are a lot of cards for this game. The only thing I don't like about this, sits flush. I'm sure once all the cards get in here, it'll be heavier and this bottom will come out a little bit easier. So I'm not gonna knock it right now. But we got some art from the box cover here. And just some features of Venus. Of Mars, right on this. Okay, so that's gonna hold all your cards. Do we have anything else in here? And we have another tray, which I think this holds a bunch of the expansion stuff. I'm gonna have to go look at the Kickstarter again because they didn't actually give me a paper telling me how this all goes together. Oh wow. So yeah, that is everything. I can't wait to get all of that into that. And I'm sure I can find somebody to get the Broken Token version and buy that off of me. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get up, come around the table, and stop the live feed. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please send me a direct message to Balancing Act Games. Let me know what you thought. And if you'd like to see me do any more unboxings. I am going to be starting a YouTube channel at some point. I know it's the end of April. I said that in January, February, and March. Now we are here at the end of April. I want to start a, as everyone else does, a board game review, how to play kind of thing. And the landscape is already littered with those, and some people do really well. But I'd like to throw my hat in the ring. But thank you for watching. Let me know how I did. And everybody have a great night or morning, wherever you're watching this from. Bye.